In today's video, I would like to thank the Atlantic Salmon Fishing Company for sponsoring this video and providing me with fillets, large fillets of Atlantic salmon. Very, very helpful. This stuff is very expensive, so thank you to you. Just kidding. I don't have any sponsors. All the YouTubers that have sponsors that get free animal food, more power to you. But man, I'll tell you what, I spend thousands of dollars. Let's see, in 3.5 years, coming up on 4 years, probably $3,000 in food just for my tegus. So when you get a tegu, you need to be aware that you need to give them a wide variety of food, as I always say in my 200 past videos on tegus and almost 200 videos on boas that I have. That you've got to give them a wide variety of food, and it's typically expensive. Whole prey, salmon, fruit. I got a bunch of fruit today to feed them, rats, chickens, and all kinds of stuff like that. So it gets very, very expensive very, very fast. But I wish I had a food sponsor. That would help out a lot. But, you know, I'm a small channel, and most people don't like me anyways. So we're good there. But here I have my tegus. One of my tegus is sleeping over there in the corner, and Mac is in here. So I bought this basically specifically for them, and it's a lot. So I'm gonna freeze some or just keep it cold, because I'm not gonna feed all this to them in one shot for sure. But they're gonna get a big chunk today, and we're gonna get them up, wake them up, because they love to sleep, and because they get their food handed to them. They don't have to work for their food. So, you know, they rest, and they know Daddy's going to come in and give them a whole bunch of great food. So why get up, just, you know, lay around and watch TV and be in the air conditioner. It's like 100, 101, 102, and in the past few days it's been 105, 106 degrees outside. Very, very hot, and I'm even sweating in here because I keep this room warmer for the snakes and the lizards. And it's just something you got to do to protect your animals and keep them happy. Oh, and here's the kitty down here. Mac has actually switched over to a hide that's down over here, and Kitty was flicking at him as he's coming out. And of course, Kitty's always here with me. And come on, Mac. Mac is got woken up by the kitty, and Kitty may get some salmon too. We'll see how Kitty likes to get some salmon. I've decided to call my little kitty Dexter, my little rescued kitty that was starving and not doing well outside, and I happened to come across him, and I picked Dexter up. Dexter is in the HBO show Dexter. I really like that show, and this guy's a little crazy demon, kind of like Dexter in the movie or in the HBO TV show. But let's get feeding to Sassy and Mac. Here we go. One of my tegus in here, Mac, my male. It's just that's 4 foot long. And here's Kitty. To all those people that were shocked and really rude and very negative about a cat getting along with tegus, well, I guess you don't know as much as you think you did, because cats and tegus can get along. You just got to supervise them. And you just gotta, you know, introduce them like I did, and as simple as that. So he would actually go in there with Mac, but I'm not gonna let him get in there because it's a little space. But and I wouldn't even reach in there with my hand while it's dark in there. But he's right here. Kitty was face to face with him. We're just gonna go ahead and remove the top because he's under a table. So here's Mac. Mac's been sleeping for a couple of days. Come here, Mac. Oh, Mac's about 10 pounds. And Kitty will come over here, and they do not fight or try to hurt each other. And Kitty's nails are trimmed. I should do a video on that. I trim his nails, but Kitty would love to get up really close, but obviously I'm not going to let them get close. but Mac is not running after him, and not trying to attack him. You introduce cats and dogs all the time, and one of the biggest cause of death in cats is dogs and maybe cars, but a lot of dogs kill cats. And so introducing a cat, people have shamed me for doing this, and people put cats and dogs together, so you should go shame everyone that's ever introduced a cat and a dog together. But just for sake of me feeding Mac, I'm going to put Kitty out. Make sure the door is shut. And we're going to feed Mac. He senses in the air that he's getting fed. Here you go, sweet boy. You're going to drop that. I fork feed Mac. He's spoiled. Raw salmon is good for tegus. It's good for everybody. I got plenty of salmon, but I want to give some to Sassy that I've cut up. He might get some more in just a little bit. He's a very good boy. I trust Mac a lot. And he's calmed down as he's gotten older for sure. Isn't that right, Maxter? Isn't that right, Maxter? And one expert claimed, when they close their eyes, they're unhappy, they're trying to get to another place. But when I rub my tegus and touch them, they close their eyes and from petting them, and that is not a sign that they're annoyed or they're trying to leave the area and not being allowed to. Let's give him one more. So many experts out there that try to voice their opinion and don't know what they're talking about. Isn't that right, Mac? Isn't that right, big boy? Okay, well, that's Mac. All right, so that Sassy is in this hide box that is on the other side of the room. Take the top off. Here you can see I have a Zoom Ed heat panel. This is more their winter box, and they hang out in here. But I don't have that on because it's 85 degrees in the room. So there's Sassy, my lovely female red Argentine tegu, and she's about 3.5 feet long. And there's a roach right here that got in here. Yes, I have bugs that occasionally get in the house. Whoop! Get that, Sassy. Get it. I don't feed them wild insects, but because it just worries me that there could be bad things in those insects. But there's a roach. People are saying, give them dubia roaches. Those are the best. Well, there's a natural roach. Look, Sassy. Oh, Sassy's a go-getter. Sassy is plumpy. You can still see her wrinkles on her body, so she's still a good weight, but I just can't feed her as much as she would eat. She would eat that whole salmon if I fed it to her. That whole big chunk of salmon, Sassy would eat that. Whew, it's hot. My tegus are very, very loved and very well taken care of, and a lot of research has been done and a lot of reading to take care of them and provide for them, and temperature and humidity and substrate and hides and everything. So they are, Sassy just doesn't like to be picked up. She's not a picker up tegu. When she gets picked up, she wants down on the ground. That's why her name is Sassy. She doesn't like to be told what to do. She wants down, and she's perfectly fine on the ground, and you can love on her and pet her. But when you pick her up, she tends to want to roll to get out of my grip. And but it's fun to pick your tegus up and love on them. And Sassy deals with it. I mean, they're not little fragile pieces of ceramic porcelain. You have to tiptoe around them and not offend them or hurt their feelings. But we're going to give Sassy this piece of salmon, if I can get it. See how she just wants down. She just doesn't like to be picked up. But introduce food, and she'll be fine. Isn't that right, Jackie girl? Tegus are amazing, amazing animals. They're so awesome. But you gotta be a special owner to take care of them, and you gotta understand everything you're gonna have to put into them, because they are like little children. If you buy these and just put them in a cage and ignore them and don't see them daily and take them out for hours, I don't think you should be owning a tegu. There's a lot of responsibility. If you work 9 hours every day, 5 or 6 days a week, then you shouldn't get a tegu. You should be looking at maybe a bearded dragon or some kind of corn snake or something, to that aspect, but definitely not tegus, because to raise them right, they need a lot of attention and a lot of love, and you got to build build your reputation with them, and so they trust you, and then you get along, and they are not threatened, because if they feel threatened or endangered, they will bite, and they could really hurt you, and they got really long nails and could scratch you and swat you with their tail, and I see that a lot in some videos. But Sassy and Mac are the greatest tegus. I love them like if I had children, these would be my children. Okay, now it's Mac's turn to be held and be fed. They are such great animals. Oh, they're just wonderful. And I have a very low chance of being bitten or anything to that regards, but you always got to keep attention and be aware, because even the sweetest tegu can just get something in their mind, and they can just reach over and grab your hand or grab your arm or the meat on your skin, and it's just not fun at all. So you got to they can get confused, they can just get a little scared moment by moment, but Mac is just a wonderful animal. Let's feed Mac now. It's probably more than I need to feed them, but salmon is good for them, and it's not a lot of fat. Okay, there you go. That went straight down the hatch. One more. He's a big boy. With that? Plastic fork. That way Mac's just easy to eat that, and if you have tongs or something, the ends, when they lunge at it, they can poke themselves on the metal. I guess you get some plastic tongs, but still they're always a little bit pointed, and I just don't like jagged things at him, even though the fork has little tips on it, but I can just manipulate this a lot better. But there's Mac, my wonderful male black and white Argentine tegu. He's a big boy. Put him down on the ground. She's heavier, but she has maybe a female body, and so the body of the males and the females are a little different. She's a little more plumpy, and I've been feeding her more than I should. She just loves to eat. This tegu is so food driven. And make sure here, Sassy, settle down. Look, I'm gonna feed you. Look, Sassy. Oh, I'm gonna step on Mac's tail. Here, silly bone. Can you get it without dropping it? No. There you go. There's a good girl. Got some on her face there. See, if I rub Sassy's neck or her neck and massage her, she'll close her eyes. Isn't that right, sweet girl? And the kitty's outside wanting in here. Feels so neglected not watching me with the tegus. Mac is going to be a couple, maybe 3 or 4 months shy of 4 years old. And Mac, I said, weighs about 10 pounds. I need to weigh him precisely, but he's like a big, heavy bass. If I caught a bass and I was sitting there holding the bass for the camera, yeah, that's about what that weighs like. Isn't that right, Maxter? Okay. Well, thanks for watching my video. Like I said, I've got over 200 videos on my tegus. If you doubt anything or think I don't know how to take care of these animals, before you say something negative, go watch past videos. Love my tegus, take very good care of them, and the people, probably the 10 people that watch my videos over and over and over again, know that I put a lot of attention and a lot of time into looking out after these animals and my 4 dwarf, smaller genetic boas that I have. These are my pride and joy, and I enjoy making videos with them. So I appreciate you tuning in and spending time with me today. Thank you, and check out more videos in the future. All right, bye-bye. Got a little pieces of salmon there for the cat. So let's get the cat and see, you know, all the cartoons and things we grew up with as little kids in the 70s and the 80s, or I grew up in the 70s and 80s. They always had fish or fish bones. So let's get the cat, put him up here, and see what he does. Here, kitty, want to try that? Raw Atlantic salmon. Oh, he likes it. Well, it's true. Cats like raw fish. Isn't that right, Dexter? Oh, eat more.